Okay, this is interval notation used extensively in calculus and used to replace inequality notation. We have an example here we're going to do. X is greater than 3 and less than or equal to 10. Now to write this in interval notation, we put a 3, comma, a 10 because we want all the numbers that are in between 3 and 10. The curved parenthesis on the 3 means the 3 is not part of the interval, and the square bracket on the 10 means that the 10 is part of the interval. Okay, now there's some properties that go with all interval notation problems, and so we're going to go over that right now. First of all, we write two numbers. The left number is always smaller than the right number. Now oftentimes we're going to be using infinity, positive and negative infinity, in our intervals. And when we do so, we always use the curved parenthesis for positive and negative infinity. And that's because positive and negative infinity, it's a concept, it's not a number, so it can't be part of the interval. Square brackets are used when the endpoint is part of the interval, curved parentheses when the endpoint is not part of the interval, and then we use a U to union one or more interval. Okay, here we have x is less than or equal to 2. Let's write that in interval notation. We go from negative infinity all the way up to 2. 2 is part of the interval. Negative infinity, we have a curved parenthesis on it, and of course the 2 with the square bracket. Okay, our next example is x is less than 3 unioned with or combined with x is greater than or equal to 5. Okay, the interval notation for that is this right here. You notice there's a mistake. That should be a curved parenthesis on the positive infinity there. The 5 gets a square bracket because it's part of the interval, and then the 3 and the negative infinity not part of the interval. Our next and final example is x is not equal to 2. Okay, here's the answer to that. You can see the interval that 2 is not included in either one of these.